Hello everybody, this is Wade Nelson with Bright Martin's Cocktail Class. This week we are sponsored by Slane Irish Whiskey. They are nice enough to contribute to a family meal that we are doing for all of our friends, all of our family in the restaurant community here in Denver. They are going to help us supply a great meal, some drinks. We're going to do some virtual activities and some great prizes. Just keep the community together, keep us all going. You know, it's a wonderful group of people, so we want to really support them over the winter. Next Monday, January 25th, is National Irish Coffee Day. I don't know if that's really a thing, but it coincides perfectly with the Irish whiskey that we're using. So for this class, I'm going to do a take on an Irish coffee. This is going to be one that I had on the menu before, called the Bright Eyes. And so I'll give you a little history of an Irish coffee to begin with. In 1943, this drink was invented. It was invented on the west coast of Ireland. There's a little stop off for transatlantic flights. There's a lot of rich and famous people that would fly and have to stop there. They'd get stuck because of inclement weather. So they needed some fancy food and drinks. This Irish coffee constituted one of those fancy drinks, and it's a great cocktail the way it is, but I like to doctor mine up, give it a little pizzazz. So the original recipe included Irish whiskey, brown sugar, fresh coffee, and some lightly whipped cream on top. So my version, I tweak it up a little bit. I use Irish whiskey, Colorado cream, I use house-made whipped cream, and then Bittermens Chocolatl Mole Bitters. And that one, you might want to practice saying aloud to yourself a few times before you try to say it in front of a friend. Let's get started. So now I'm going to show you how to build this cocktail, the Bright Eyes. You really don't need much as far as equipment. You need a jigger, something to measure your liquor in, and then just a coffee cup. And you can use whatever kind. I like the footed kind with a little handle. So we're going to start off with Irish whiskey, and I'm using delicious Slane Irish whiskey. So I'm going to put this 1 ounce. And I'm trying to be careful to keep everything in frame. As my mother said the last video, I took things out of frame and she didn't know what I was doing with my hands. I told her I was eating crackers. Then I'm going to use Colorado cream. This is a local product. I like to support the local guys. This one has fantastic kind of hazelnut, little butterscotch notes to it. The packaging is cool and it's delicious. So 1 ounce of that. Then about 5 ounces of fresh coffee. The fresh coffee is one thing I kind of expect for you to be able to make at home. You want to give yourself enough room to add the whipped cream and not have it spill coffee all over the drink. So I make my own whipped cream. I do it in the Hobart mixer instead of ISI canister, just because I like the rustic look it gives when I spoon it on. If you want it to be a little more pretty, a little more uniform, use that canister and just spray it right on there. Then you can also make it stick up above the glass a little easier. I just use heavy whipping cream, sugar, and a touch of vanilla when I make this. And then finally, we're going to use the Bittermens Chocolatl Bitters. And this one gives it nice cocoa, little cinnamon notes. Just need a little bit on top. You don't have to go crazy on it. All right, and now we have the cocktail ready to drink. And this is another one that I drink with a straw, just because if you have a mustache, your family will secretly make fun of you when you get cream stuck in and they won't tell you. I think that is a very delicious, very well-balanced Irish coffee. But everybody has their own flavor profiles. So if you want a little more whiskey, add it. It's going to be delicious no matter what. If you want a little sweeter, add some more of the Colorado cream. If you want it a little bit hotter or a little bit more acid to it, add more coffee. But I like it this way. I'd start this way and then kind of tweak it from there. Once again, I'd like to thank Slane Irish Whiskey. Thanks for the support for the Denver restaurant community. Next week's going to be a lot of fun with it. Don't forget, Monday is National Irish Whiskey Day. I would suggest most people do it over the weekend. I am not here to judge. If you're like me and chose a career path that you have Mondays off, then maybe hit the mountains, make an Irish coffee. It's going to be delicious. Next week, our class is going to be Boulevardier versus Negroni, which are two of my favorite cocktails. They're nice and boozy. So join us for those. You'll get $5 off that class if you return the reusable bottles. So have fun making the cocktail and enjoy.